Hello YouTube, this is RV Granny. Today I'm taking you someplace we haven't been for years. Well, if you've ever watched my channel before, you know that I like to brag up the state that I live in. I think Washington is beautiful, and I want other people to enjoy it the way I do. And today I'm taking you to a place to see a view that we reserve for special family and friends. We take them here when we want to show them something that's very beautiful and that'll stun them the way it did us the first time.
Yeah, it's right up there.
We're on a logging road off Highway 7, just outside Ashford, about 2 miles. If you get as far as Copper Creek Inn, you've gone too far. Turn around and go back. But it's a bumpy road. It's only about 7 miles long to get to the point where I want to take you. But, I don't know. You better not take your best car. You better depend on having to wash it when the day is over. And a four-wheel Jeep would be perfect.
Where's Bonnie?
We thought Bonnie would be in the water right away, but seems like she's gotten old just like us and couldn't quite make her way down there without hurting herself, so we had to show her how to get down to the water. We're having a drought here in Washington just like the whole West Coast, and we're very aware of how dry the forests are. I was telling Jerry to look over his head because there was a big tree just hanging in the limbs up there, and I didn't want it to fall on him. But he'd already seen it, and he said it was pretty secure, so he wasn't worried. Someone had been camping up here and had thoughtlessly left all their trash laying here in the forest. It's such a beautiful place. I can't understand people that would want to desecrate it like that. This was a huge old tree, and it really looked like it'd been through the wars. Well, only about 6 miles to go. It doesn't sound like much, but when you can only go top speed at 10 miles an hour, it takes you a while to get up there and back. I'm not sure about this plant, but the next one picture shows a wild rhododendron. You can just barely see it next to that rock. They're an indigenous plant in this state. And this is our favorite spot to go berry picking when we were picking huckleberries. We'd go every Labor Day and pick huckleberries. So they should have been loaded this time of year with green berries getting ready to ripen for picking season. But I couldn't find hardly any berries on the bushes. There were just a few, and I took a couple to let my husband try them, but I wanted to leave the rest of them for the wildlife. The bears and the birds and everything else seems to live on these type of foods that people just squander and take for no good reason. So I left them there.
Wild mountain huckleberry looks like.
Just about the time you're ready to say, Dad, are we there yet? Around the corner comes the view that you have been waiting for. This is pretty much a sheer drop off the edge of this cliff, and we were keeping a close eye on the dogs to make sure they didn't get too curious and fall over.
People walking up that hill. Good. Buddy, get back over here. Come on.
There was another thing here that kind of got my goat. I guess I'm just getting old and crabby, but some kids had put graffiti on the rocks across from this view, and I thought, how can they look at something this beautiful and want to make marks on it?
Twiggy.
On the way back down the hill, I kept thinking about how tinder dry everything looked. My husband was trying to tease me, though. He was trying to tell me scary stories about Bigfoot because I told him I wanted him to let me out the car a little ways ahead because I wanted to take some pictures. And he kept trying to scare me. These tall plants with the large leaves are called Devil's Club. They're kind of pretty. They have some bright red berries on them that the bears really love. But you don't want to get too close to them. They're absolutely covered in spines and they're really irritating. Well, that's all I have for today, and I hope you enjoyed the view. Come with me again. Bye.